Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, November the 16th. I want to introduce you to a doctor that always makes me feel relaxed when he comes here. Dr. Anand Chockalingam, MU Healthcare. Good to have you here, doctor.
Wonderful being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. I don't know why you make me feel relaxed. I think it's your demeanor. You talk so softly and very calmly. And, of course, your main concern is keeping our heart strong and healthy.
So it's my job to get you relaxed.
Okay, well, you do that. But when you came in today, I said, what are we going to talk about? And you said silence, right? The importance of silence. Now, what do you mean by that?
Excellent. I'll start with something about the heart. When our heart speeds up, normally it should beat 70 times. When we are exercising, maybe 120, 150 times a minute, and then calm back down again.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you again here now. When the heart should normally beat 70 times.
Yes.
That means when you take your pulse, the average should be about 70 beats a minute.
For adults, it is about 70 beats a minute.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is, many people, when they have some heart problems, their heart ends up being very fast. When we have a heart attack or atrial fibrillation, the ventricular rate can go up to 200, 250, and the atrial rate actually goes up to 300, 400, 500. So the heart can go really fast. And that, I'm sure everybody dealing with that understand that it's so challenging to get enough blood to the body. So people can have chest pain, dizziness, palpitation, they can faint, they can actually die when the heart goes this fast. So this is a cardiac emergency when the heart is beating too hard. So when we see them, what we do is a procedure that actually was developed here in MU. We do electrical cardioversion. We shock the heart at a high electrical current, and for a few seconds after that, the heart goes completely silent.
The heart stops?
Yes. So that's what we are doing to the heart for a few seconds.
So when you shock someone with the electrical current, you're trying to stop the heart?
That is success for the cardioversion. So then, by stopping the heart, what we are doing is letting the irregular extra noise subside and the actual natural sinus rhythm at 70 beats a minute to be restored. So that is the aim. And we succeed in it very often. So that's why we have that as part of our resuscitation, and in our ICUs, we do this on a regular basis.
So is that different than when somebody's heart has stopped and you're trying to shock it into starting again?
So when the lay people say my heart is stopped, a lot of times they mean the heart is too fast. So what I'm trying to allude to here is too much of the heart electrical activity also ends up hurting our health and putting our life at risk. Mm-hmm. So creating silence by the shock for a few seconds actually restores life. So this is how the shock actually works. So since we decided to talk about silence, I wanted to compare it to how we restore a normal, healthy rhythm by creating the silence in the electrical activity to the heart.
Okay.
So that's the analogy.
You do that with technology.
Yeah.
But can we correct our heartbeat by being silent ourselves?
Excellent. So when an emergency comes, please call 911 and we'll fix the heart. But on a day-to-day basis, how to help ourselves? I think practicing 5 minutes of silence in the morning, again 5 more minutes in the evening, will do a whole host of benefits for the body, mind, and the spirit. For the body, what it would do is, first, few minutes itself reduces our blood pressure, reduces our stress hormones in the circulation. And just that 5 minutes will have an effect throughout the day. When you do it again 5 minutes in the evening, you've done so much benefit for your physical health.
So you're saying if you just sit quietly for 5 minutes, no talking.
That's
right?
the idea. And
no talking.
No trying to do anything. Just sit down and just be there for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, get up and do whatever else you have to do.
But turn off the radio, turn off the television.
Yes.
Turn off music.
And whatever ambient sounds are around, that's okay. If the dishwasher is going, whatever is okay. Life happens.
Yeah.
So try to stay as quiet and as relaxed as you can for just 5 minutes.
Close your eyes.
Preferably, but you don't have to. You can just sit there and look at the beautiful fall colors outside. You don't have to close your eyes.
So you're telling me just sitting quiet for 5 minutes is going to help your heart?
That's a luxury for us. But when we think of the next generation that is growing up with the smartphones and 100 times more technology than when we grew up, this 5 minutes is not for granted. They have to really, really make the effort. So for the body, I said it reduces stress. For the mind, it resets. And stress levels at the mind, at the conscious level, the thoughts, once we cut down on that with the silence, then our creativity comes up. Instead of being reactive to every situation and everything that we see or hear or have to do, we can be proactive and bring up our real originality. Just those 5 minutes helps the body, helps the mind. And if you ask about the spirit, it's not about any religious thinking. Silence is the first step into meditation, into understanding who you are. So just 5 minutes, if you can, 5 plus 5 is luxury, do it. You for sure will find health benefits that last a lifetime.
Yeah, and I told you earlier, a couple of years ago, I was diagnosed with a little bit of high blood pressure. So I went online and I looked for this a machine that, and I don't know the name of it, but you put a strap around your chest and then you put headphones in, and it talks to you and it tells you to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And then it slowly has you taking really deep breaths and inhaling and exhaling and holding it. Well, I did that for about 10 minutes at a time, a couple of times a day, and it brought my blood pressure down.
Amazing. So glad you brought that up. The reason is for 50 years, we've known that the right way to check our own blood pressure is not after running or walking or talking. They say, sit down in a quiet place, wait for a few minutes, and then check your blood pressure. Why do they say that? Because that's the same benefit I'm trying to pass on. So that the blood pressure drops 10, 20 points just by sitting for a few minutes. So don't have to worry about checking it, but do this anyway, and not only for that few minutes. Throughout the day, the benefits will last. What you are doing is giving yourself biofeedback and controlling the autonomic tone, parasympathetic and sympathetic tone, in a healthy way to bring the pressure down.
Okay.
That's excellent.
So when you go to the doctor and they check your blood pressure, you're nervous, your blood pressure is going to be higher normally when you go to the doctor than it is if you check it at home.
Exactly.
Dr. Anand Chockalingam, thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
If people want more information, what can they do? MU Health?
MU Health.
MUHealth.org.
Yes.
Okay.
Anand Chockalingam at MU Health.
Yes. All right. Anand Chockalingam. And he'll talk to you and give you all kinds of good information. Always a pleasure to have you here.
Wonderful.
And I look forward to having you come back again.
Thanks so much.
All right. Something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email. That's pepperp@missouri.edu. And just sit down and be quiet for 5 minutes. You'll feel better. Bye-bye.